Hi Punk Panthers, here's a little video of the Wharfedale Skyline to help you with your navigation whilst en route. I hope you enjoy it. I can almost see Rick now. 3, 2, 1. Have a great race. Okay, off we go. The first thing that I'm going to say is that we're going to take a bridge in a second over the over Otley bypass and then up quite a narrow lane, so it could be a little bit of a bottleneck. So I think at the start, I guess, you know, it's that kind of common sense thing, isn't it? Faster ones at the front and slow ones at the back, and remember that it's both the half marathon and the 20-mile start. So some people in the half marathon might be pushing out a little bit faster. So here we are, straight across the road into this narrow lane. Just remember, you can say to runners, you know, on your left please, as you're coming through, if there is someone in front of you who is moving at a slightly slower pace than you. You'll then pop out at the top of that little lane, teeny bit of tarmac, and straight on here through the little nick and up this slippery slope. The GPX file at the little bin there, and we're going to go straight across and keep going up. When you see the steps sweeping up again, we take this path on the left, which continues to climb steeply up through the wood. After a few hundred metres of fork, we're going to take the right fork and keep climbing. So we've been continuing on a similar kind of path, where it looks like we sort of hit this T-junction, we take the left, and then the path goes slowly round to the right. After 100 metres we bear down to the left and cruise down here. And if that first mile for people felt quite slow, it is. I walked almost all of that. It's pretty steep up the side of the Chevin. Through the little nick next to the gate, slightly left, and down this kind of sandy graded descent. We're now popping out at the road, which is East Chevin Road. A little bit of care here because it is a national speed limit. People do go quite fast. We're going to go straight across here and hit this little trail. As we pop out of the top, there's a little bit of sort of pass left, right and centre. So we go slightly round to the left. When you see that big lump of gritstone, we take this right. So we've been down a little dip, over a little bridge, up the other side, starting to climb again. Sort of a big rounded corner, but goes about 90 degrees before we start to climb up this track which we're going to follow for a while. We eventually pop out and there's a few path junctions, and it just feels like we're cutting just straight through everything, straight into the woods at the other side. Eventually we come to what feels like a T-junction, and we're going to take a right, and then very soon up here there's going to be a little left. So that's how soon it was. So pretty soon round to the left and down through the woods. So stay high, we're staying sort of handrailing the wall a little bit here, and we're going to pop out right in this corner and down this funky little lane. Just going to pop out on the road here where we're going to go left, and then we're going to cross the road here again, super busy road, and take that little snicket at the other side. Straight across and through there, heading towards Bramhope now. Then we go through this little Kissing gate, and a dinky little stile, and then it's diagonally across this field to the gate. Through the gate, and we're keeping this fence on our right and running straight down the side of the field. We have got some horses in here, so I guess take it steady. I'm terrified. Straight across, sort of follow your nose. Quite a lot of cows here. They seem pretty mellow, but I'm just going to keep it smooth because there's some young ones. I don't want to startle anybody. Hey you guys. Hey mum. Wee. Yeah, they're super mellow. Over this little stile. Follow this little lane down. It's a cute little place to pop out, and we're going to hang a left and follow the road down for a while. At the crossroads in Bramhope. Oh, Bramhope! We're saying like that. We're saying that like people from Bramhope, where I come from. We'd pronounce it Bramhope, and that's from Otley. Past the shops in Bramhope. Going to cross over the road here because I've ended up on the left, and we're going to take this little public footpath on the right, past the cool little slide and smoking area. Who knows? And when we pop out of the little road, straight across and up the obvious path. There's a bit of a wiggle here to be aware of. You'll see this kind of fence thing in front of you. Take the left down these quite steep steps, back round to the right, and then it should feel like we're going straight on for a while. So pop out here, slightly round to the right until we hit the road. The little woods that we've just come out of, very special place for me. Spent a lot of my youth building little skateboard ramps in those woods and then mountain bike jumps at some point. Wow, what a cool little spot that was. So down the road a bit, I've just slowed this down to a walk because I'm it's alright, pick it back up. The other side of the road I can now see the footpath sign. Across here and straight across the field, the tower thing that you can see is an air shaft feeding the railway. So I'll straight across the field, past this little bench thing. I'm not sure whether it's what people used to get onto horses or somewhere to just tie your shoelaces, but then you can sort of pick up the little path that comes out of this corner of the field and into some nettles. No, they're not nettles. Happy days. I thought I was about to get stung. I'm saving that for the airport perimeter. Straight out the other side, another little bench, and there's a little pony. Maybe that step was to get onto a pony, even though it's a tiny little pony. Maybe not a tiny little pony if you're a very small person. So we've just passed the air shaft, which was on our left, and across this little, we went across a corner of a field, and looking at my file on my watch, going to a little wood. This is super pretty. So we're popping out on a road, and just to my right I can see the public footpath, quite busy, quite a tight little corner. Going to take plenty of time. Here we go. Again, GPX file is showing that we sort of stay in the sort of side of that wood that's straight in front of us now. Yeah, let's go. There's been a few wiggles, but everything's been really obvious. We're going to go over this stile and up towards that gate. Quick check of the GPX file, then it just kind of continues very slightly round to the left, and follow your nose on the path over this little stile, cross over this little lane, straight on the path, pop out here, over the road, and keep going through here, and then we're going to go around to the left, and we're going to take a right here. And right again, so the cricket pitch is still on our right, so we're kind of going all the way around it. If the cricket pitch was a square, we've almost done 3 sides of that square. I'm guessing we're not going to do 4, otherwise it might get a bit Groundhog Day. So we pop out here by this giant log and turn left and follow this lane for a while. This lane's wiggled about a bit, but it's all super obvious. Around to the right here. It looks like we're going to go on for a bit before we go left. A little bit of a pull up that hill, and then we're going to hit the road, and we're looking for a very obvious left and then right. This doesn't look very used, but we're going to follow the edge of that field. Going to go over this cool little stile. It's one of those where the step's that high for me, it's possible to get cramp as I go over it. Into this cool little path, and it looks like we're going to take a 90-degree left and then right, so a zigzag action. So left, aha, okay, so here we are. Guess this is the airport. Once you're in this, which my wife Becky ran the other day and calls the prison section, once you're in here you can't go lost. Yeah. I thought we'd have a quick check-in to let you know that I'm still alive, still going around the airport perimeter, which is quite cool. There's quite a lot of things that can spike you, brambles, gauze, hawthorn, barbed wire, and then that's all kind of put together with a nice slippy path down this way. Yep, still going around the airport. Yeah, that's put together with a nice slippy path, so you've got to keep it smooth like chocolate through that section. You're gonna love it. You. Oh, I was gonna stop filming then, but I'll keep filming because we're just gonna take a cool little left here and then hug the edge of this field. We eventually pop out at the road, go through this little gate, whee, and we're going to take a right. I think we can just sneak through here, just to take it steady, up to the main road. When we get to the main road, we're going to go right, and continue up towards the Tarn. Megatroids, great chippy. We then hang a left down that little street opposite. And follow this down. Just passing the football field, which is on our left, and then we take the first time you can duck into here to the Tarn. In we go. When we hit the Tarn, we're going to take the right, so we're going to go round the Tarn anti-clockwise. When we pass this little picnic area with all the benches, we take this little right that takes us to the car park and the checkpoint. Stay right at the little fork. Checkpoint will be at this car park here, if they haven't gone down and set up by those benches, which also looks quite nice. So we're just going to run straight through this to the road, hang a left and run down the road for a bit. Just past the bus stop, we're going to take a right. We're then going to cross over this road, which is there we go, kind of cross over and a little bit left down the hill where this litter bin is, then back through here and up the slight climb. Dead obvious. This bit's not as obvious. The path sort of climbs to the right and there's a little bit of a fork, and we take the left fork that doesn't climb up down this way. Everything's pretty obvious, sort of dropping down, really lovely runnable. You can see a little gate there that we're going to go through. So through that gate and down the obvious lane. Well, it's more of a path than a lane. What a stunning day. Whew. So once you've gone over that giant step, it's really follow your nose. I can see a gate, then another gate. I can actually see the lane going up through the trees towards the houses. Super straightforward, beautiful running. I just follow my nose through a series of little gates, lanes, quite a pull, and then it's slightly right between these houses and the uphill continues. At the top of that, feels like you're going straight across really, but it's a little right then a left up this lane here. Whew. So this little lane pops out here. We're going to turn left, follow the road up to, I believe, Surprise View car park. Let's see. We're going to go right into Surprise View car park, straight through it and out of the other end. So straight out of this bit of the car park, and if my local Otley spider sense is correct, kind of keep going to this bench, and then we're just going to take this little path here down past these benches, which sort of traverses across and down. It then takes a right, slight right here, and then I believe we're going to go straight down the Chevin to Otley, which should be fun for your quads at this stage in the race. Let's see. Phew. So then we continue straight down here. As I mentioned, it's going to be straight down the side of the Chevin, so straight into the steps and keep going. So you might recognise this from an hour or so, or a few hours ago. This is where we came up. So we're now going down where we came up. Dead careful down this bit. I think, as I said on the way up, it's kind of cobblestones in a minute, and it gets pretty slippy. This time when we pop out, we're going to take a slight right and go down the little road which is called Johnny Lane. If your quads aren't sore by now, they might be at the bottom of this. So at the bottom of Johnny Lane, we're going to take the right. To East Chevin Road and left. Over the bridge, over the bypass and down the hill. And when we get to the junction here, we're going to be going across and down Fairfax Street, which is down there. As we come to the end of here, we take this little ginnel and to the finish. Nice one. Okay, so there we have it, the Panther Wharfedale Skyline Half Marathon route. There's quite a lot of that is just follow your nose, where you might come to something that looks like a turn-in and then it's like super obvious that it's somebody's driveway. So there's quite a bit that I didn't film. I didn't film every little turn-in, but I hope I've got the main bits, and enjoy your race. Woo-hee! Obviously, if you're down in Otley, make sure you pop in and say hi to the lovely people at Yorkshire Runner.
Take a seat and you can take your shoes off.
Yeah.